everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Yeah. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. Um, Anything interesting happened in the last, I don't know, week? Last 2 days? Last 2 days?
Uh, just the usual. Drove 200 miles. Uh, Back to work. Struggling to stay productive. Big writing project I'm working on, and finding that my crippling laziness is a huge limiting factor.
Did you read that article about uh, new types of particle accelerators using plasma states instead of RF boxes?
I did not. I didn't totally comprehend what you just said, but this sounds interesting.
Yeah, there's some interesting development in particle accelerators in order to accelerate things a little bit faster using smaller spaces. So you can make your particle accelerators much smaller now. Both, like X-ray machines and LHC type things.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out. That's not the sort of
No,
physics
sounded
that I
smart.
do, but
Well,
still interesting.
just check it out then. No, not a big deal. Totally smart. I just read about these things all the time. Yeah. I totally understood the article I read. I already knew what a RF box collider thing was.
It's cool. I have a degree in physics, and I probably wouldn't understand much of it either.
Fantastic. Anyway,
So
so
what's
where
what's new with you?
I'm going to BlizzCon tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
right.
excited. Yeah.
Should be fun. You doing any meetups with your fans or anything like that?
No, the last couple times I tried to schedule a meetup with a fan with fans at events, like one person showed up, and it was embarrassing.
That's really awkward.
No, he was having a blast, which was great for him, but I was a little. I was like, oh, one person showed up. Okay. Oh, it
Will
hurt
you be
my
checking
feelings.
your Twitter
Hmm?
or something?
Yeah.
So tweet at Koibu and find out where he is.
Yeah, I will be on Twitter all day on my phone. So if you want to like find me, just tweet at me, Neil. Where are you? I'm at BlizzCon, and we'll meet up. It'll be cool.
For
Yeah,
sure. He's friendly, and don't let the smell chase you away. He's It's worth it.
it's a musky scent. Women find it attractive. All
And with that, dicing with death.
right, where are we?
Where are we? So you are Qualnir the Cunning. Um, you are currently in the city of Solstice, constructing a house. You just dealt with some problems with your basement, with your sewer system.
Have you seen our new Rat Cleaver remote?
I have seen the new Rat Cleaver remote. We can spam them when I get to that part of the recap.
Okay.
Um, so, anyways, the his basement leads into the sewers. And last week for Halloween, I forced Qualnir to delve into those sewers by having the sewer creatures murder his neighbors. So a creature emerged from the sewers and dragged his neighbor Master Rosegrove into the sewers along with the son Timmy Rosegrove. So Qualnir went in there after them, chased them down, discovered a stinky hermit who was chanting Rat Cleaver over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I can see the Rat Cleavers in chat. It's beautiful.
And then we
And yeah, and then he led you through the maze of sewers.
fucking maze.
Yeah, well, yeah, Qualnir's not very good at mazes, as it turns out. You wound
Boy,
up in a
baby.
chamber, uh, and from the shadows emerged a bunch of rat men who all began to chant Rat Cleaver, Rat Cleaver. And from down the tunnel emerged a monstrous rat man with 4 arms, wielding a cleaver overhead. You did battle with this mutant rat man, slew him, took his rat cleaver, gave it to little Timmy, and proceeded to wander around the sewers for several hours in circles. I take a right and a right, and then you're right back 180 degrees from where you started, going the wrong way. Um,
Shut up.
and, and I think that's where we left off. You eventually took the rat cleaver back from Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in solstice. And I'm going to give the floor to you, I guess.
All right. Well, I am trying to go find my sister. So I'm going to go to the inn. I'm going to pay all my debts, pay for my cook, for his lodging there. His name is... That says Theron. Who cares about Theron right now? Here we go.
Imbop was the cook.
Imbop. His name is Imbop. I'm going to make sure he's cool. I haven't spent a lot of time with him lately, and I'm afraid that
Can't.
means he's going to abandon me. So I will...
I don't know
I
about it.
head to the tavern.
I mean, you sort of saved his life and brought him out of the third world country that is the jungles to the west.
Yeah, but if you do that and then you just never... If you don't see him a while...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I had plans for making him disappear because he forgot to pay for his room.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still set up in Traveler's Oasis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I head to Traveler's Oasis.
Yes, you're the tavern slash inn that you frequent. You have probably racked up quite a tab there. You wish to speak to the innkeeper about that.
Yeah. I go
Do
to
you want?
speak to the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Hey, innkeeper.
He is happy to see you, and you've
Bet he
been
is.
coming here long enough and given him enough money that has faith that you will be paying him.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
I'm doing math in my head for how many weeks it's been. Let's just round it to an even 20 gold.
20 gold? How long has it been?
For the Is that your reaction to, to him telling you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been, a few weeks with you and Michelle. Imbop's been here for the last week. All your food and drink, and there have been a few nights where you bought drinks for all your buddies.
I just thought I had given you a high enough down payment that I wouldn't. I guess this is why I'm building a house in this town. All right, 20 gold.
That's not. I mean, that's really not that out of character. That's really
Yeah.
not that much. 20. I mean, like if it's 5 silver a night, you usually even get it for a room for cheaper than that at a discount.
Yeah. But
20,
still, that's
20 gold is just a couple of weeks.
I guess.
Cost of. They don't go over the stuff, or they don't make it this simple in second edition. But in fifth edition, they give you like cost of living expenses, and a gold a day is, I think, what they say is the average.
Okay.
And
I give him
certainly not live life on the cheap.
I give him 4 platinum pieces, and I say this should cover me. It should cover Imbop's food and drink and his lodging, and then some left over for when I come back because my house still isn't built yet. Can you see to it that his needs are taken care of? But can you also keep an eye on me, an eye on him for me? Let me know if he's up to. When I come back, let me know what he's been doing. Is there anything unusual about his activity? What does he spend his days with, etc., etc. He's a recently freed slave, and I don't want him to hurt himself with all of his newfound freedom.
Been burned in the past.
Let's just say something. Yeah, sure, close enough.
Sure.
Okay.
So your debts should be squared away. Yeah, I'm gonna let you tell me what you do.
I want to go find Imbop.
In your reminders. He's there at Traveler's Oasis. Sure.
Cool. I pull him aside and say, Imbop, how are things going?
Good, master. Good.
How's your cooking coming along?
I get a few nights a week in the kitchen, but they already got a chef.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, we're gonna try something new. You're gonna be living. I have to go, and I might actually be gone for a long time. However, I don't want you to think I've forgotten about you. My house is still under construction here, and I want the very finest cook / housekeeper that has ever existed. Of course, you're a free man. You can leave if you want, but I'm offering you a stable job, stable employment, a safe living, yada, yada, yada. Our neighbors recently had a minor accident, and their husband is gone. I don't know if they will be able to keep their person very long, so I was going to get you some training as a chef by taking care of their cooking needs for them while we're gone. You stay here, your food and lodging is taken care of over here, but I would very much like for you to spend some time improving your cooking. How do you feel about this?
Whatever you say, Master Qualnir.
Perfect. Come with me. And I take them back to the Rosenbergs. No, the Rosegroves.
The Rosegroves. Yes, your next door neighbors.
Yes. And with him in tow behind me, I knock on the front door of the Rosegroves' house.
Yes. The widow Rosegrove answers the door, still in her blacks, so red eyes. Oh, hello again. How can I help you? It's literally been like an hour since you dropped off little Timmy.
I'm so sorry to do you a kindness and then immediately ask for a favor in return. But this is my man Imbop, I say, gesturing towards him. And
man. Oh, I thought that you and Michelle... Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, this is my...
It's good to meet you, Imbop.
He's my cook. He will be my housekeeper and my house caretaker when the house is finished. Michelle, yes, Michelle.
Whatever you like to say.
Anyway,
there's no judgment from me.
I'm good, glad. That's actually very good to have in a neighbor. There's a lack of judgment about what other people might find to be scrupulous activities. I appreciate that. Anyway, Michelle and I are about to undertake a rather long voyage. We could be gone a couple of weeks. We might be gone months. I'm not sure. And in the meantime, I would really appreciate it if you would take under your wing Imbop as your cook / caretaker. I know with the disappearance of your husband, things are harsh around here. You need not pay anything. I just would like some proper household training and mostly cooking training coming from Imbop. Would you be willing to, as a favor to me, to see that he learns his proper cooking and house training techniques? I've set him up at the Traveler's Oasis. You won't need to house him or feed him. Is this okay?
Well, we do have Liza, but
I'm sure she'd like a night off every now and then.
I don't know how things will be around here, given...
I just brought back little Timmy. You owe me. And secondly, I'm offering you a free household servant for months. How are you not accepting this on the spot?
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I reach out my hand.
Imbop, your name is?
I forcibly shake her hand.
She glances to his thin mustache.
Imbop. He is my man. You may trust him.
Okay.
I rescued him from a slave mine run by gnolls in the jungles to the north of here.
That sounds like quite the tale.
It is, but he's a strong man. Look at those muscles. Those are from working in the mines. If anyone comes to the house, Imbop is strong and shall protect you as well. You know, if they come during his cooking hours.
Is true, ma'am. Imbop is very good with a pickaxe.
See? If you have any mining that needs done... Actually, no, he needs to be cooking. Don't put him back in the mines. He was a slave. That'd be terrible. Anyway, I must go now.
It's okay. Imbop will mine.
No, Imbop. No mines. No mines. You come. You learn to cook. If you have any dress requirements, you bill me later. Imbop, please go inside and make yourself at home. Go cook them some dinner or something. I must be leaving soon.
All right. Imbop awkwardly pushes his way past the widow Rosegrove and joins their household.
Thank you, Ms. Rosegrove. I give a bow and leave.
And anything for you, Master Qualnir.
Thank you. How do I find Bates? What would the protocol for finding a carriage driver be?
That's a good question, considering you brought him to this town and haven't spoken to him in weeks or months.
Yeah. All right, I look around for some kids running around the fountain area.
Okay. There's children.
All right, I
Kids
pull up.
play.
I come up to some of the coins or kids and pull out a silver coin. And I say, "Who
Yes.
wants to make a silver?"
The kids gather around, pushing and shoving to get to your silver. They're quite chipper considering the events of the last few days.
The kids, they recover
The women
quickly.
are still rather solemn, but
Yeah.
kids bounce back quick.
Yeah, and they also don't really understand what's going on. There is a man in town. He is a carriage driver. He goes by the name of Bates. You may call him Master Bates, if you so desire. Lauren just turned around mid leaving the room and went, "Seriously?
Blame
Seriously?"
Ryan.
Ryan
My
named
character-
him Bates, dear. Okay. I'm telling children to refer to him as Master Bates, because when you're a child in a D&D game, you refer to people as Master so-and-so or Lord so-and-so.
That's actually a southern title. I'm sure
up,
Michelle
Ryan,
has
shut
told
up.
you. I mean, in this world.
Oh, in this world, okay.
So that may give you hints as to people's histories or something like that. It's customary in the Southern Isles, which is why Bates referred to you as Master.
Oh, I didn't even know. Didn't even know.
It is not actually that common in Solstice, given that there's no slavery or anything like that.
Well, even better. Yeah, so I tell the kids to call him Master Bates.
The Master refers to someone who has their freedom.
Right.
It's
And
not debtor.
okay, good to know. And I tell them that he's a carriage driver, and I give them a description of him. And yeah, and I say, find
What's
him,
Bates
bring him to
like?
me, and whoever does gets the silver coin. He will let you ride on his carriage. I tell him I will be at the Traveler's Oasis, and I need him and his carriage immediately.
Yeah. What was the description that you gave them?
Whatever he looks like. You never gave me a physical description for Bates.
I probably did, but this is an opportunity for you to make up a new one.
All right, I'm going to
Didn't-
say he is a slender man. He's about 5'8", 130 pounds. He's got a short cropped hair and kind of a shaggy look, but very calm eyes and very stern look to him. Not a stern look, but a very somber look. He looks kind of like a penguin, or a, I guess a man in like well dressed, very somber, very kind of uptight, stick in his ass sort of guy. Drives the carriage, loves his horse.
Yeah, that sounds about how I'd imagined him. I think I'd thought of him as a little taller, but hey, this is your campaign.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So the kids run off, or a kid runs off. The one who winds up catching the silver coin.
Oh no, I was going to give the coin to the first
Oh.
kid that brought the kid
Oh.
that brought the carriage to me. I used the
Okay. A few run off. A few are like climbing up your legs to try and get to the silver.
I try and pry the children off my legs.
Sure.
Do I need to do
you're,
strength
you're a
check?
6th level D&D character. You can overcome small children without making attack rolls.
Do I have to do a strength
We're good.
check?
No, we're good. Do you really want to make
make a
opposed
strength
strength
check?
rolls versus children?
I rolled a 33. I ripped the kid off my leg and fling him across the courtyard
Yeah,
down
you
the well.
accidentally shove a kid into the sandstone. He scrapes up his knee and starts bleeding and crying.
That's
His
what
mom
you get,
runs over.
children! That's
The
what you
kids
get!
scatter. You get disdainful looks from all the mothers around you.
I go to
Is
the
that what you
Traveler's-
wanted?
No!
Is that what you wanted?
No! No! Alright, I head to the Traveler's Oasis and await my carriage driver.
Sure. An hour or so later, a carriage pulls up with the familiar Master Bates at the reins and a small child seated next to him.
Score.
Ah, it is good to see you again, Master Qualnir. It has been so long.
Too long, old friend, too long. I flip the kid the silver piece and say, how would you like to see the Elfwood?
The Elfwood. Sounds spooky. Are you sure it's safe for a
It's
mere
safe.
mortal like myself?
Absolutely. Just tell me there, how did those wagon wheels fare or carriage wheels fare when traveling off a road?
We can make do.
Well,
Shrugs.
we'll
I,
leave tomorrow. You might want to stock up on a couple extra wheels or axles or materials, whatever it is, in case we break one.
as you can attest, no one can change a wheel faster than Bates.
That's why we like you, Bates. Meet me here tomorrow morning at sunrise, and we will head for the Elfwood. I'll give you directions on the way.
Very well.
Excellent.
All right, he reins off and drives towards the new quarter.
Cool. I go to bed and I wake up tomorrow. Or do I?
Yes, indeed. Nope, no shenanigans in the night. Anything you wish to accomplish before you leave town?
Um, actually, yeah, I would like to go see the Sunblade, if it's still daylight.
Wait, the night before or the
Yeah, the night
day-
before. Unless it's already been nighttime, unless I screwed that already.
Let's see. Got back wee hours in the morning. It's getting towards evening.
Ah, fuck it, I'll just sleep. Sunblade can wait till later. He owes me one. I just wanted to remind him that he owed me one. You know. Just to be that way. No, I wish to do nothing further in town, but wait till morning and then head to the Elfwood.
Sounds good. All right. At dawn, Bates is waiting outside of your tavern.
Okay. Why are my 20 pounds of silver bars... Shit. I have 4 silver bars worth 250 gold. Like, is that each?
I don't think so.
That can't be each. That must be 4 silver bars, 250 gold total. Or is it 250 silver each? I did not write
I think
the value.
it's 250 silver each.
Okay.
Quit trying to cheat your way into getting more wealth.
Okay.
You've already got enough.
I asked Bates how much it will be to head to the Elfwood and back. It's a journey off-road. Round trip might take him like 2 weeks.
Depends how many wheels we break. He shrugs.
Ballpark it for me? 0 wheels broken?
0 wheels. That's optimistic.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of gold.
Okay. It's not enough to give him a silver bar over. I'll leave the silver bars in my bedroom then. Okay. I hop on the carriage and direct him southward.
Okay, you head out the eastern gate of Solstice into the hinterlands, the farms that support this thriving port city. Where is our map? I need to get you a little carriage icon.
Cool.
All right, the road quickly veers to the south and through the farmland, the rolling hills. Farmers out tilling their fields. There are a few other travelers on the road. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Do we have any nice background music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com?
We should change it from the medieval town music to the traveling music. Boom.
Boom.
Okay.
So,
You know you can turn off the grid so not everything aligns to the grid?
I will fuss with that another time. I don't really care.
Okay.
I was just trying to getting a rough estimate of how long this will take us. So you travel, like I said, through the farmland, past the usual assortment that you see on the road. You eventually find yourself going alone and traveling for a while. I mean, you and Bates. Your carriage is a little faster than a lot of the merchant caravans that are overloaded with cargo, but still not as fast as people on foot or on horseback.
Not as fast as people on foot?
Maybe about
On a carriage? No. A carriage is way faster than foot. I mean, I guess on flat land, at least. I don't know about hill.
Okay. Do we have? Are there movement rates anywhere in the rule set?
Well, no, but also non-riding horses move at movement rate 12, and people move at movement rate 12, which is ridiculous.
Okay, let's give movement rate 12. That's fine. Convinced me.
But that's the same speed as people.
Do you want to be going faster than people?
Yes.
You're traveling in more style than people.
You want faster too. It's never enough, Ryan. It's never enough.
You need to get a second horse. Maybe get Bates a chariot or something like that.
Ooh, I should get a chariot for myself. Why don't we ever have characters with chariots, man?
I don't know why we've never thought of it.
Chariots are the shit. We should have chariots for my bachelor party. Anyway, continuing.
Yeah. So, anyways, you are alone on the road, and you round a corner, and you hear some muffled voices through the carriage walls. It's like a covered, enclosed carriage, and you hear the carriage grind to a halt. And some shouts followed by a master.
I step out of the carriage and buckle my sword belt on as I do so, because you got to take it off to sit down in the carriage. You have to come off. It has to come off. But I step out and buckle my belt on as we. Yeah.
You open the door to the carriage. Are you wearing your armor?
No, I'm in a carriage. Are you kidding? I'm traveling in style. I've got my feet kicked up, a hat pushed down, beer in one hand. You know.
All right. So you open the door to the carriage and roll a perception check.
11.
All right. So you notice that you're at
12.
the top of it.
My perception's 9.
You're at the top of a hill.
Okay.
There's a few trees about. You don't immediately see anything to be the problem. Qualnir, we've got a problem.
I come around to the front. Yes, what is it, Bates?
Right. Standing in front of your carriage, blocking the road, are 4 men wearing brown leathers, clearly armed, but tattered and weather worn. They look to be brigands. One step forwards. Is this the rich master?
I thought you said we have problem. Clear aside, men. Important people coming through. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
A lively one.
I look up to Bates. I'm sorry for this journey, or for this problem on the journey. You wouldn't have these issues if I hadn't hired you. I do not mean to put your life at risk. Let me deal with these people. You sit here. Don't get off your horse. Don't worry about it. I adjust everything accordingly. Stretch my back out a little bit.
Connor, what do you say we teach this rich bastard a lesson? Shh, I told you not to use my real name. Sorry. Brush Fox. What do you say we teach this rich bastard a lesson?
All right, Sarah, come at me.
The man addressing Brush Fox steps forward, slapping his hand with a cudgel.
I'm ready for our initiative roll.
Okay, I mean they're still talking. They aren't expecting you to be fighting back. So
I listen to them talk. Then I don't push combat, but I get my hands near my blades.
The man with the club is slowly walking towards you. You're probably 60 feet from the group.
Mm-hmm. You said there's 4 of them?
You see 4, yes.
Okay.
So the man with the cudgel is walking forward. The leader is speaking to you. He's, now, why don't you make this a little easier on everyone and hand over what you got?
I have a question for you before this gets ugly. I'm keenly aware of the guy approaching me. How many of you would it take to kill a Dobachu?
A what?
Never mind
one
that.
Of them was, I heard that's one of them southern water beasts. Fairy tale.
Perfect. That lets me know exactly the sort of men you are. On guard, and I draw my weapons.
What weapons do you draw?
My short sword and bloodletter.
Okay. So the guy with the club stops short as soon as you draw and takes a step back and hesitates. Are you leaping at him or?
Oh no, no, I just stand on the road ready to fight.
Okay. He nods to his friends who start approaching. He says, we got a fighter. Go ahead and roll initiative as the three of them, less the leader, start to
Oh
surround.
shit, I don't use dice. Damn it, I use this. I was all rolling dice and shit. D10 plus 1. Nah, 10.
Okay. So they close with you, and you get the jump on them if you would like.
Oh yeah. So they all close. I want to go for the guy... Because I pictured myself exiting the left side of the carriage and standing kind of to the left of the horses, in front of Bates, but still beside the horses. That's how I kind of pictured myself standing.
Sure.
So I would like to go whoever is furthest to the left to draw the fight away from the carriage and the horse.
Okay.
So I want to like sidestep and then go forward to close, but that, you know, trying to draw things away.
Sounds good. Make your attack rolls.
I don't need dice. D20 plus 1 with the short sword, I guess. 10 to hit with the short sword.
That is not a hit.
And
Your
D20 plus
offhand?
5 with bloodletter is a 19.
That is a hit.
Okay, bloodletter hits for 6. Sweet Jesus.
Nice. That slays this unsuspecting brigand.
Oh.
I guess he's suspecting, but he's not suspecting a PC with a magical dagger.
How much HP
And
do
he
I
goes
regain?
down 2.
Okay. Come on, then!
And they
I
return
clap my
blows.
weapons together. Come on!
First a club. Ooh. A 17.
Is a miss.
Are you serious?
18 AC.
Oh my goodness.
You shouldn't have given me chainmail.
Alright. You paid for it. Alright, the guy with the dagger misses. And from behind you, you feel a sharp pain between your shoulder blades as you take 3 damage from the rear. And you see at least one other arrow sink into the dirt next to you.
Oh shit, I don't have armor on.
Oh yeah, so that club did hit.
Yeah, my AC is now 13.
2 more damage.
Okay.
And from actually even more, because you're, from the back. 2 more damage from another arrow that hits you because you don't have dex.
That's right, my back attack is 10. Well, I guess it's 8. Yeah. Okay, initiative.
You don't actually have to roll initiative.
Cool.
You go first.
Alright,
Your magic short sword leaps into the fray.
I want to, like...
have a chance to think about it.
So I got the guy furthest on left. I kind of want to go... I want to keep circling, so that I want to, like, kind of go around them so that my back is no longer to wherever that archer is.
Okay, you will expose your back to the leader, but he's standing back 60 feet away watching this unfold.
Okay, yeah, that's better for me. D20 plus 1 is a 4, and D20 plus 5 is a 24 natural 19.
That is a crit. Is that with bloodletter?
Yes. 8 damage.
Oh god, it's not pretty. You shove bloodletter into his back, and just the magic energies coursing through it just shred his flesh like butter. And you find yourself puncturing all the way through. Hand comes out the other side, dripping with entrails. You only gain 1 HP.
Oh!
This guy was not as sturdy as he looked.
Damn it. Okay.
All right. The guy next to you looks in horror and you killed Foxbush, or whatever I said his name was. Lunges at you with a dagger, but in his rage, he he misses. Roll a perception check.
29 natural 20.
Right.
Yes.
You notice an archer in a short bow, maybe 30 feet behind the wagon, so from where you came from, just as he strikes you with an arrow. The other one misses. The other arrow misses, too.
Okay. HP's getting not quite half, but getting down there.
All right. Next round.
All right, D20 plus. So there should be one melee guy with me left?
Yes, you were locked in melee with one.
Okay. I don't know why I did D20. Oh, yeah, 6 to hit.
6 to hit is not a hit.
And a 24 natural 19 to hit.
That is a hit with Bloodletter once again.
4 plus 2.
Wait, 24 natural 19?
Yeah.
That's
8 more damage.
and a kill. Bloodletter drinks deep for 4 HP.
Yes.
You hear a shriek from Bates as you see another brigand that you didn't see climbing onto his seat at the front of the wagon.
You leave him alone!
Is scrambling towards the back. The brigand has a short bow on his back, but he's clutching a knife in his hand. Bates retreats, flees, gets off the wagon. The brigand is now at the helm, but Bates is unharmed. Another hit from an arrow from the archer in the tree for 2 damage.
I am not going to be using my
the
short
leader
sword.
makes a run for the carriage.
Okay. Can I make a...
You can move at the end of your round, but you can't make any like actions or anything like that.
Can I make a throw with Bloodletter and a melee attack with my short sword if Bloodletter's in my offhand? Or
Sure.
Only, yeah? Okay.
That's fine.
Cool.
Not explicitly allowed in the rules, but that seems reasonable to me.
Okay, I want to do that, so do you want me to actually roll initiative? Because I want to throw Bloodletter first.
Throw Bloodletter for if you're using Bloodletter, yeah. Roll,
Okay.
I mean, you only get the effect of the magic sword if you're.
If it's going first.
I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
In
If
this
I'm going
case,
to
I'll say
throw
that,
the Bloodletter and then charge at someone, it makes sense.
yeah, such a simple magical effect has a lot of complicated contingencies. So that was an 11.
Yeah, 11 initiative.
Okay, Bates backs away, so he's now standing next to you. The leader of the brigands climbs aboard your wagon, and the archer whips the reins, and the horses start trotting forward as a pair of arrows strike the dirt in front of you and Bates.
Do I still have a shot at the guy driving the wagon?
Not from where you can run alongside them and throw.
I want to run
Here.
alongside and leap onto the wagon.
Okay, that's different. I think your acrobatics proficiency would probably be appropriate here.
Right. Tumbling, 17.
Oh, tumbling.
D20 plus 17 is a 27.
Okay, you leap aboard the wagon. You're standing next to the leader. So there's now 3 of you. It's awfully cramped up here on the front. It's benchmen for 1.
Okay, but I actually managed to leap onto the front bench.
If that's where you were aiming.
I was kind of aiming for like grabbing onto the
You
back
can
and
be
then
on-
crawling over the roof.
Okay, you can.
All
you can be
like
on,
train
that's
style.
rapidly
Yeah.
train robber.
Yeah. So I leap onto the back of the wagon, pull myself all onto the roof, crawl forward if I can do all this at one round, and then I'm going to just melee. I won't throw. But I'll crawl up to the front of the wagon and stab down over the top with my weapon.
Yeah, make your attack rolls.
Anything for high ground or like back attack?
+1 for high ground. No, they turn to look up at you. They hear you thumping on the roof and they turn.
Okay, short sword at the driver. 14 to hit.
That is a hit. We would have studded leather. Is that AC 3?
3, yes.
Okay.
5 damage with the short sword.
You slay him with one blow.
Fantastic.
He falls off the wagon. You hear boom, boom, as the wagon runs over his body.
I withdraw my short sword, turn to face the other man, and attack him with Bloodletter.
Roll to hit.
20.
That's a hit.
4 damage.
Ah! He screams as blood spurts from his neck.
I let it.
Nicked him. He's within an inch of his life. You regain 2 HP. And he loses control of the wagon and veers off into the grass on the side of the road, dangerously towards a tree.
You crash this cart, I will torture you.
Roll initiative or whatever.
I'm just gonna keep making melee attacks with my sword.
Okay, then you can go first.
All right. That should actually be a 17 against him. High ground. 17 to hit.
17 is a hit, and you finish him.
8 damage. Maximum damage.
He falls off the wagon, still clutching the reins, and gives them an awkward yank. The horses panic and gallop straight ahead.
I leap into the seat and regain control of the reins and try and slow the horses and turn them around.
Make a dexterity check.
27 again.
All right, you catch a grip of the reins. Do you have any idea how to drive a cart?
No.
How are you going to try and figure this out on the fly? What's your thought process?
I pull back on the reins and go, whoa!
Okay, make a wisdom check.
6?
Yeah, you can't figure it out. You've got a hold of the reins, but the horses are panicking, turning wildly. Oh, God. And the wagon wheel catches in a turn that's a little too tight for it, and the whole thing goes tumbling over on its side. And your cart is flipped over. The horses stop as they're yanked back by the bridle, the yoke.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a shout, "Qualnir, wait for me!" And you turn to roll a dexterity check to see if you can land on your feet.
25.
Yeah, you're fine. You land on your feet. Yeah. And you see Bates running towards you, and the archer has left the tree and is running the other direction. He turns back to shout, "I'll get you for what you did to Foxbush." Brush Fox. What you did to Brush Fox.
You better run! Yeah, I see that! Keep running! Coward!
Alright. Bates rejoins you. Oh. What'd they do to my cart?
I'm so sorry, Bates. Do you need me to help you get it back up?
I can get the horses to do it.
Excellent. I'll be waiting over there then. And I go and kick back and wait for
he has to... You just hang out amongst the dead bodies.
Yeah, I don't even loot them.
Okay, he unhooks the horses and ties them to the wagon and has them tow the wagon over.
I pick through their things, if there's anything interesting or anything in silver or gold.
Yeah. On the leader, you find 3 shiny gold pieces.
Ooh.
Between the rest of them and the leader, we've got 27 silver. And a bunch of copper that I assume you just leave.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take 10 copper.
Okay.
If there's that many, it's always nice to be able to give copper to kids.
Sure. Yeah, and then there was the weapons I described. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. They're all wearing rough leathers. The leader had studded leather, knives and scimitars and clubs, and a short bow.
Okay.
Common run-of-the-mill brigands.
Yeah. Yeah.
No ominous letters leading to a vast criminal conspiracy.
No tattoos? I checked their
No,
wrists.
no silver arm tattoos.
Okay.
No
Oh,
Colts at the work.
really hoping
Okay.
Chucky's watching right now.
Okay. It takes 3 hours for Bates to get the wagon turned over and to fix the damage that was done and get you back on the road again.
Okay,
But you get moving.
we've already passed that little inn, right?
No,
Not
you have
quite.
not. That inn is the inn is at the base. I'll add it to the map. Actually, it's kind of tough. It's in the shadow of this peak here, of this mountain,
Okay.
just before the switchbacks going up the mountain pass. You think you will make it there by nightfall at this point. Usually, it's less than a day's journey away, but considering that diversion,
Okay.
yeah. So you get back on the road, and just after nightfall, you pull up to the Skipping Stallion, I believe was the name of it. There are a few merchant caravans, or just a few riding horses. Actually, yeah. By the time you're here, the merchants have already caught up for the day. So there are a few wagons stabled up out front, and you hear a loud bustle from the tavern
I
and the sound of music.
wait for Bates to open the door and let me out.
All right. Master Bates opens the door for you, and then opens the tavern door for you.
Perfect. I
He
go
sets
in
stuff in the
and
stables, and
go to bed. One thing I do want to do is I want to make sure when I leave with a couple of bottles of whiskey. No,
Okay,
wait, no, I still have those bottles of wine in my bag. That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
be drinking. Cool. All right, no, I'm good. I don't need to.
Clone or become an alcoholic.
But if you're sitting in a carriage all day, you need something to pass the time. Why not just sit on your butt drunk all day? He's going to
Next
try.
bandit attack penalties for being drunk.
Yeah, probably, actually.
You need an additional challenge.
Yeah.
So as Bates opens the inn door for you, he goes, Master,
Yes?
might I have some coin for the horses?
I step out and shut the door. Kind of give him like a, really, you're going to say that now that we're walking into public view room?
You're not in public. I mean, this was like as he's opening the door to the inn.
I give him the
he
3
looks-
gold, and I say, this came off the bodies, and it's yours. Can,
Blood money? He looks sincerely apologetic that he has to be asking you for money, but now that you look him up and down, his clothes look a little weather worn. You think he's been roughing it pretty hard the last month or so.
say, Bates,
He's
how
walking off towards the stables.
how has business been since you came to Solstice?
Oh, people always need rides.
Okay. Okay, here, well, this is I scavenged off the bodies, so consider this not even part of your pay, just here. And I just picked it up earlier today. I was going to completely forget about it. It's probably
I'll
your money.
set it aside for your travel expenses, sir. I just need money to stable the horses.
No problem, no problem.
And he opens the door for you,
Okay,
and then goes to take care of the horses.
great. Is this where we break?
Sure, this is a good time to break. Squalner goes, now that you think about it, you never set him up with a place to stay. You're
Yeah.
not sure where he's been living.
Well, he said he wanted to come to Solstice.
And then you abandoned him.
Well, that was his decision to come. I didn't ask him to. I didn't push him to. I didn't abandon him. He made a bad life choice. His own damn fault.
Yeah, followed this thief, this swindler, to a brave new world that turns out doesn't have much use for manservants.
It's all right. I will make more use of Bates from here on out, except for the fact that I'm going to the Elfwood to leave the country for a while.
But after that, you're totally gonna take it.
It's my New Year's resolution, man. I'm going to make use of Bates more often. All right. All right. We'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Take care, everyone.